leave our egos home. I would ask countries to come forward with an openness that maybe they've never had before, feeling that this is all about the common good, and try not to get entrenched in their own positions.
I hope that they realise that this is not a small issue. This is something that's got to be done together. It's a big issue. It's not going to be done fast. It needs to be done rapidly.
If our children go to school, they have a timeline, they have an ambition level, and they have a curriculum. And if they would take that lightly, I think we as parents would find that completely unacceptable. Yet this is how we as adults treat climate change. We have not yet agreed on the timeline, we have not yet agreed on the ambition level, we're beating around the bush if you will, and we still have to make the largest part of the curriculum that has to do the job.
Make it easier for smaller companies to get money for new ideas. That's my wish.
I think what is most important to industry is that it should be relatively clear what are the long-term objectives and what are the measures that governments will take to help those objectives be met. Where there is that clarity, enterprises are in a position to take their own decisions.
The financing is the bottleneck. What can be done through Copenhagen is raise this awareness that this is the main problem and try to stimulate the creation of mechanisms which will assist SMEs in obtaining finance for development.
Innovation will be done if there is less risk for the people involved along the lifetime of the project, of the product.
To give the right message, because if the normal people only see policymakers fighting, they receive the wrong message and they cannot see any benefit.
A message to the world that there is a common understanding of the problem, there is a common understanding of the objectives, and there will be the willing to achieve these objectives. So if Copenhagen comes with these three topics and really get the right message out, I think it's a start.
Focus more on education, because I think people should be aware of the problems they are suffering from. I mean, they are created because the climate change. People think about climate change is something in the future, but we are already suffering.
Look at the fact that the industry is embryonic. It does need strong stimulus. It needs partnership with the large energy companies just now to take forward the world and the planet to where it needs to get to, and work with the big energy companies to make that happen.
I'm hopeful that a strong, practical, workable framework at least will come out of it, showing the intention and the motivation of everyone involved to make something out of it, to make a change.
I'm not pessimistic. I think a compromise will be found. It has to be found to pave the way for further, at least to give certainty to the market in terms of what will be the low carbon society after 2009.
I hope that there will be a good outcome and a clear decision and map for the future.
I think there's a lot out there that could make up for a good agreement, but it might be a new creative type of agreement. And so I'm asking them to be creative and to make sure we get something before they actually leave.
We are living on this planet together. We each are emitting. We all have to stop. There is no right to pollute. There is an obligation to stop polluting.
And what the Copenhagen conference can most provide is that certain sense that once these developments are met, it sets a basic framework for the next 10 to 20 years.
Innovation is out there and it can be rolled out really quickly. The entrepreneurs are ready.